Hi everyone, Gabi here. I'm a master NLP practitioner, an EFT coach, a mindset shifting coach, and a law of assumption coach here at Create Your Future. And thank you so much for joining me as we dive deep into the law of assumption to figure out how to make it work for you. So today I want to dive deep into one of the most powerful concepts in the law of assumption, which is everyone is you pushed out. If you've ever wondered, why are people showing up in my life the way that they are? Or how do I shift my reality by shifting my assumptions or my perceptions, then this video is for you. I want you to stay until the end because I'm going to give you a very simple yet powerful technique to make this work every single time. Okay, so first let's break it down. What is everyone is you pushed out? You might have seen it as Eiypo. But everyone is you pushed out means that the way people treat you, the way that they react to you, the way that they show up in your life is a direct reflection of your internal assumptions and beliefs. So what does that mean? Well, what you think about them and what you think about you in relation to them is how they show up in your world, okay? This idea comes from Neville Goddard, who basically taught us that our external world is simply a mirror to our dominant thoughts and beliefs. So what we're seeing outside of us is really what we're thinking internally, okay? So I know that for some of you, you're sitting here going, wait, okay, hold on. So if people are rude to me, it's because I'm thinking that they're rude. Well, yeah, basically, if you're assuming that people are rude or that they're dismissive or that they're unkind, then you're going to experience that in your interactions with people. If you're assuming that people respect, adore, and support you, then you're going to experience that in your interactions with people. And I want to be really clear, this is not about manipulating others. I've had a lot of clients recently, and we've been having this discussion. They've been talking about how they feel like everyone is you pushed out, or applying that, which is the same thing as thought transmission in that sense, that applying this and really learning about this actual theory is about manipulating others, but it's not. It's really about shifting you. Okay. Now, if you've watched my videos, you know that I always tell you it's not about changing externally outside of you. It's changing internally. It's changing who you are, how you perceive everyone, how you perceive yourself, and also what you think you are experiencing in this world. And so here's the thing. A lot of my clients then kind of push back and they're like, well, what about free will, Gabi? What about free will? Well, and then they're like, are you saying that people don't have their own thoughts? Okay, so let's just address this. Okay, let's get this out there. I've mentioned this before, but let's just think about it in these terms. In your reality, you are your own individualized point of consciousness. What does that mean? It means in your reality, in your bubble, you are the only one that's there. The other people that are in your bubble or in your reality, those are shadows or reflections of you that you are engaging with and interacting with, okay? And no, they don't have free will in your bubble, in your reality. But those shadows are individualized point of consciousnesses or individual people in their own bubble, in their own reality. And in that bubble, they have free will, okay? So your bubble and their bubble don't ever blend, they don't ever coincide, okay? So only you have free will in your reality. And those that are inside of your reality actually respond immediately to the assumptions that you hold about them, okay? Immediately. This is why two people can experience the same person in a completely different way. I don't know if you've ever been around a group of friends, but maybe one friend is really great with you and another friend sees the friend that you have a great relationship with as being untrustworthy, okay? It's because you two are experiencing them in very different ways, okay? Let's apply this to work. So one person, one coworker could experience their boss as being understanding and compassionate, while another coworker who has the same boss can experience that boss as being impossible to deal with, okay? What's the difference? The difference is their assumptions of the boss, okay? Meaning, how do they perceive the boss? How do they view the boss? Also, how do they think the boss views them, okay? Oftentimes there is an assumption of how you think the other person views you in alignment with how you view them. Those two combined together then create how they show up in your reality. So now that we understand everyone is you pushed out, let's really talk about how we apply that concept, okay? So I'm going to give you 3 foolproof steps that work every single time, okay? Here we go. I want to look at my notes really quickly to share this with you. So first, identify your assumptions. So really this is take a look at how people are showing up right now in your current reality. Okay. So let's apply this to one person. Let's apply this to a friend. Okay. I have a friend who's distant, right? We don't talk a lot. We don't hang out that much anymore, as much as we used to. We don't text as much anymore, etc. Okay. I am viewing that person as being distant. That's how she's showing up in my reality, as being distant. So then I need to ask myself, what assumptions am I holding about that person? So I'm going to call this person Selena, okay? And I'm going to say, okay, so I think that Selena is really busy. Selena is currently working on her doctorate, her PhD. She's currently working on her dissertation. She's also a single mom. She owns her own business. So I'm going to say my assumption for her is that she's really, really busy and she doesn't have a lot of time to hang out. Also, Selena lives in a different part of the country from me. So I'm going to tell myself that because she lives in a different part of the country, there's really not an opportunity for us to get together physically and be around each other physically so much. But also because she's a single mom and because she's working on her dissertation, she might be struggling with money as well to be able to travel. Okay, so those are all of the assumptions that I'm holding about Selena. So do you see how with those assumptions, that actually tells me that Selena would show up in my reality as being distant? How could she not if I'm assuming that she's too busy, that she doesn't have money to physically hang out, that she's working on, her dissertation and she's working on her own business and she's a single mom? All of those three major life pieces really pull someone away and make them more internal rather than external to their friends because they're overwhelmed or they're busy, right? So there's no way for Selena over here, to show up in my world as not being distant because she's got a lot juggling on her plate, right? So my assumption is because she's got a lot on her plate, she's not really available. Okay. So I'm assuming she's too busy for me. So do you see how I identified my assumptions? I took a look at who she was, how she's showing up in my current 3D reality, and then what assumptions do I have about her? So what am I thinking? So take the word assumption out if that's too like ethereal out here, and let's go logical. What am I thinking about her? Why am I thinking she's not showing up in my world? Why am I thinking that she's distant? Why would she be distant? Okay, those are the questions you can ask yourself. Okay, with that, those thoughts, those answers are going to tell you what your assumptions are about her. Okay, all right. So step number two, you need to shift your inner dialogue. Okay, so what does this mean? Well, this is basically mental diet in a nut jar. Okay, so mental diet, basically, anytime that I think Selena is too busy for me, anytime that I think that Selena doesn't have time on her plate to pick up the phone and call me, anytime that I think that Selena doesn't have time to respond to a text or doesn't have time to engage with me or doesn't have time to support me or show up as a friend because she's so busy, I need to literally stop and ask myself, okay, that thought, Selena's too busy for me, that thought, is that the thought that I really want to have? So one of the ways that I do this is I ask myself, is that coming from the version of me who has my desire? Meaning, is that coming from the version of Gabi who's got a great friend who's always there for her no matter what's going on in her life, right? Because that would be the opposite of a distant friend, right? Well, no, that thought is not coming from that version of Gabi who has a great friend who's always showing up for her. So I have to shift my thought, okay? Or my assumption. How do I do that? Well, the next way that I do that is I ask myself, what would I be thinking if right now Selena and I were on the phone talking to each other and I felt that she was always there for me? I was experiencing a friend that supported me no matter what was going on in her life. I was experiencing someone that was very close to me that I felt like no matter what, I could call at the drop of a hat. And as I said that, my best friend just texted me. So, so you shift your thought. Okay. So instead of thinking she's too busy for me, instead of thinking that, you're thinking to yourself, no, she's always there for me. She's always available for me. Okay. All right. So, for those of you who are working on an SP, let me give you an example of this. So instead of thinking if you're thinking over here, right, if your assumption and how they're showing up in the world, your SP, is that your SP is distant, your SP doesn't care about you, then what you want to do is you want to shift that thought to, of course my SP cares about me. They're always thinking about me. As a matter of fact, I feel so loved and I feel so content because I'm always prioritized. I'm always at the top of their list, and I know that because their actions and their behaviors always align with that. Okay, so do you see how you're going to shift? All right, step number 3, persist. You guys have probably heard this a lot. Okay, so persist. What does this mean? Well, it just means, quite honestly, that a lot of people give up really soon. Your reality doesn't always shift overnight, okay? But when you persist, meaning when you consistently continue to shift that inner dialogue, you consistently repeat this new mental diet, you will literally change your life because the change is inevitable. Now, for some people, based on their core beliefs, their core assumptions, what they already are assuming about the other person and assuming about themselves, yes, this can happen instantaneously. And as a matter of fact, it does. It just takes us a little bit sometimes in the human world and in the human avatar to see that we need to stay in that version, right? And the way that we stay in that version is to continuously return to it, okay? Now, you will never stay in a version indefinitely. That's just not how we work. We are constantly moving in and out of versions of ourselves, but this is a great opportunity for you to consistently return to the version of you. And the more you return to the version of you, the more it becomes a natural state for you. And the more that it's a natural state for you, the longer you stay there, okay? So basically, persisting means 2 things. 1, don't give up. Just keep going. Keep working on shifting your inner dialogue. Keep working on that mental diet, okay? And then number 2, whenever a doubt creeps in, really and truly flip it, okay? You can do this by reaffirming. A really great one is, I am the reality generator. I am the operant power. I'm the creator of my reality. Everyone always reflects my loving assumptions of myself and of them. I always get what I want. I actually have that on my car. As soon as I plug my phone in, it's an automation. I always get what I want. I'm the operant power. Everything's always working out for me. Just remember, these are just as important and just as strong as you flipping your mental diet, okay? And as a matter of fact, these are part of your mental diet. They're reminding you of the goddess and God that you have within you, the infinite being that you have within you that is actually making the selection for the new reality, okay? So let's kind of recap and let's look at a very quick example that a client shared. So a client had been sharing that she was struggling with her boss. She actually they had hired a new person on that was reporting to her, and her boss was the person who hired this individual. So my client had a direct report, an employee that reported to her, but her boss hired that person, okay? So she didn't have a say in this person coming on. And she was having a really negative interaction with this person, her direct report. Every time they had a conversation, every time they talked to each other, it was very, very negative. And she was really struggling because she felt and she perceived that the direct report didn't like her, the direct report didn't want to work with her, and that the direct report actually preferred her boss who had hired her. And at the same time, my client felt that, well, I didn't hire this person. I didn't have a say in this person coming on. And if I push back, then my boss is also not going to be happy because my boss picked this person, right? So this was kind of the reality that she had going on, okay? And these were her assumptions. So we really worked on, instead of assuming that her direct report didn't like her and didn't care about her, and instead of assuming that her boss didn't respect her opinion, didn't value her opinion, and also didn't care, then she needed to change her assumptions and change her inner dialogue. So we started focusing on, my boss actually does respect me. I bring valuable insights to the table. I'm a value add to the team. My boss sees me as a superstar. I am a strong team player. I am a strong leader. I'm a collaborative individual, who really started working on these pieces and really changing her assumptions here. And then we started changing her assumptions about her direct report. We started saying her direct report sees her as a mentor. Her direct report sees her as someone that they can come to, that they have an open and honest feedback loop between each other, etc. Okay. And as we started doing this, my client was really getting frustrated because she was seeing nothing change, right? But she persisted. And as she persisted, she started to see warm responses coming from her direct report. And then a few days later, actually, her boss reached out to her and said, hey, I have been thinking a lot about kind of our reorg and our situation here. And I really want to discuss it with you because I'm not feeling that this is working out, right? And not that it's not working out with you, but that this individual isn't really a great fit for the team. And so she was able to go in and have a conversation with her boss, okay? And it actually worked out in her favor. So boom. There you go. She proved everyone as you pushed out works, but also she was able to manifest the reality that she wanted. Okay. So to recap, your foolproof steps in order to make everyone as you pushed out work for you every single time. Number one, identify your assumptions and shift them. Okay. You shift them by number two, changing your inner dialogue, right? So number two is changing your inner dialogue. And number three is persisting. Reality must conform to your inner world. It has to. What you are telling yourself internally, what you're telling yourself in your mind, what you're telling yourself internally, it must show up. So tell yourself what you want, right? Tell yourself what you want to see. Tell yourself what you want to experience. Tell yourself what you want to do, what you want to be, because that must show up. Test it out. Really? Go test it out, guys. Use it. Everyone as you pushed out. I love it. Use it. Okay. Let me know in the comments how it works out for you. And if you want more deep dives into the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's teachings and manifestation techniques, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our channel. We love helping you. If you need individualized support, go ahead and book a one-on-one session in the description box below. And remember, you are the reality generator. You are the operant power. Your world is always responding to you. So go get the reality that you desire. Bye, guys.